Welcome to the channel, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Fresh in from sport, winging. If you faint in the day of distress, how small is your strength? You need to confront the issues before the issues confront you. Look at the last teaching. Rescue those being led away to death. That means help the drug addict come out of the drugs. Help the alcoholic come out of the alcohol. Don't encourage it. Don't enable it. Don't supply it. That's not rescuing anybody. That's saying, here, I'll lead you away to death. That's not rescuing them out from it. What about people that aren't transparent and reciprocal? Have you got the courage to say to your partner, you're not being transparent, you're not being reciprocal, you're not turning up when you should, you're not communicating, you're always pissed or stoned or one thing or another, you've got to run after dysfunctional people and all this sort of stuff. No, it's not your job to enable people to be led away to death. It's your job to rescue them from it and restrain those who are stumbling towards the slaughter. Who are stumbling towards the slaughter? Don't tell me it's not the addicts and the alcoholics and the nicotiners and all this. If you come into someone's life and you're setting the example and they don't want to follow, that's on them. If they're mixing with people that do the same things and they're all rescuing each other to go to death. Let's all go to death together. Let's all stumble along to the slaughter. That's not on you. That's not your fault. They didn't want to restrain. You weren't valuable enough for that to happen. All the flying monkeys were there, egging the partner on. And the partner chose to be led away to death and to stumble on to the slaughter. That's not on you. If you say, behold, we did not know about this, does he who weighs hearts consider it? There's going to be no ignorance for these people. Naivety is not going to make things better for them. Ignorance and naivety isn't going to work. It's not going to help. It's not going to get them off. They know. And did you tell them that you had issues with some of the stuff that was going on, or did you just sit silent? What did you do? How did you try and help your partner to come away, to try and restrain from stumbling to the slaughter? I've watched my partners come towards the light. I've watched it with my own two eyes. I've watched them looking at the light, looking at it and going, I can see the light. In their mind, you can see their mind going, I can change this. I can actually change the way my life is. And this person will walk with me as I come into the light. No. And then they turn up the opposite of everything that you were building towards. They won't be able to stand there and say, we did not know. I didn't know why you left me behind. I didn't know why you split up with me. I didn't know I was going to church too much. I didn't know going to all the meetings was too much. I didn't know that I was coming over stoned. I didn't know that you didn't want me to be pissed, drunk. I didn't know that I was supposed to ring you back. I didn't know that I didn't see your texts. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to be speaking to so-and-so. I didn't know. One of the oldest, most foolish tricks in the book. Behold, we did not know about this. They knew. They knew all along. Does not he who weighs hearts consider it? He knows. So how can he know and you not know? Does he know more about you than you do? Does God know more about you than you do? Because if he does, I'd say you need to get to know him. You need to come back to your pedigree. You need to come back to the throne, to the cross, so that you're not walking around going, I didn't know. When you meet people, sometimes they know everything. They'll know everything about everything. And then all of a sudden, they don't know anything. As a matter of fact, they can even just go mute. They just say nothing. They've got too much going on behind the scenes. They've said too much behind your back. They've talked about everything that they care about and everything to everybody else except you, you fool. That's why you can't be faint. And that your strength can't be small. You haven't got time. These people will run you into the ground. They'll run you into the ground. Does not the one who guards life know? He knows what's going on. And if you're with him, if you're in the light, he will show you. He will protect you. And will he not repay a person according to their deeds? If somebody's come into a relationship, intimate relationship, they knew what the idea of it was, and they dishonoured themselves. They just dishonoured themselves. You might never be able to bring that person to a point where anybody else saw what was going on. But God did. That's why vengeance belongs to the Lord. That's why he's the one who guards your life. He guards our lives. The light was there. I say to these addicts and that, the light was there the whole time. And you watch them come into it. They sleep, finally getting good sleep. They sleep like a baby. They're starting to get things in order, or so you think. Their health's getting better. Their body's starting to manifest things out. They're getting operations done and they're getting all fixed up. And then what? No. Behold, they just stumbled back. They couldn't restrain themselves. They stumbled back towards the slaughter. Just stumbled like a sick cow in the slaughter yard, stumbling up the race to be finished off, cut up for pet food. Like the sheep, the sick sheep, stumbles up the race to get its throat cut to be chopped up for pet food. Just stumbling around. Harm after harm. Oh, yeah, we can laugh all about it. And no, because the one who wanted to guard your life from harming yourself and hurting yourself and making excuses for yourself and passing all this horrible behavior on to children, supplying them and watching them, and then possibly someone gets killed. I've had partners where the kid's been killed, bashed to death, OD'd, hung. They hang themselves. Be nice coming home one day and someone's hanging in the lounge room. Who are we going to blame? Ourselves? Partly, maybe. Partly. Now, some of you people need to weigh up your heart. You need to have a close look at your heart and go, hang on a sec. What actually do I represent? What actually am I standing for? Is this just some kind of a joke that I represent? If my life was put under the spotlight, would it be what I make it out to be? Am I what I think I am? Is my grandiose opinion of myself against my depression and anxiety and the way in which I treat myself real? Did everything I learned and all the grades I got at school, was that all for this? Sit there and look down the throat of a bong? The eye of a stubby? Flicking the ring pull on the can around me finger? I cut me finger with the ring pull. Oh, I burnt me throat with the bong. Got bong cough. Yeah. It's time you considered and weighed up your heart. Are you hurting people? Are you causing people to hurt you because you're not representing yourself? You're being caught out, stumbling around like a fool without any restraint for what's best for you. Being led away, being led astray in the middle of a rescue. You were in the middle of a rescue. The rescue was taking place. Everything was in order. And you stumbled away. You just stumbled away. But don't worry. There's one who knows what happened. And every man, every person will repay according to their deeds. If you faint in the day of distress, how small is your strength? Rescue those being led astray to death, and restrain those stumbling towards the slaughter. If you say, behold, we did not know about this, you're not going to get away with it. Does not he who weighs hearts consider it? Does not the one who guards your life know what's going on? And will he not repay every person according to their deeds? I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. I think we've all got a lot to consider. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now.